Cricket presents the Campfire. Today, we're analyzing District 7-5A Division 1. Teams in this district include Burleson Centennial, Cleburne, Highland Park, Joshua, Midlothian, Red Oak, and Tyler. Let's begin by taking a look at this district in our film session. Last year in 7-5A Division 1, Highland Park swept through district play and rode that momentum to a state title game appearance. Unfortunately, they lost to Smithson Valley in the championship, but the Scots returned enough talent to make another run. First and foremost, they returned district's offensive MVP in quarterback Buck Randall, who still has 2 more years to lead the Scots offense. Randall will be happy to see one of his main targets, Cannon Bozeman's, back in the receiving corps too. A lot of other first-team talent graduated, but if we know anything about Randy Allen teams, it's that they always have underclassmen waiting to step up. Midlothian proved to be an offensive juggernaut last year as well. The Panthers' defense let up a lot of points a season ago, but Midlothian was great in close games as they won 5 battles by 5 points or less. They returned the coach's son, Bo Wendell, at quarterback and linebacker, along with a strong running game behind Michael Archie and Kentorian King. When Red Oak finally settled on Billy Middleton at QB1, the Hawks became a playoff team, and Middleton will have Braden Robinson as a speedy receiver to go to. Burleson Centennial will be led by Jacob Torres, who threw 17 touchdown passes in 2024. Joshua is slowly becoming a threat in this district, especially with Esteban Salas back at running back. Tyler has the inside track as the 4th playoff team because they return a ton of offensive firepower, including wide receiver Trey Harrelson, who caught 12 touchdown passes last fall. Cleburne also has a standout receiver in Malachi Cunningham, back from a team that went winless in 2024.
The Campfire is presented by Cricket. Smile, you're on Cricket.
We love easy. 4! Yeah!
Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Campfire is brought to you by Kubota, the #1 selling compact tractor in Texas. For details, visit gokubota.com. Kubota, because you can.
For an even deeper look at 7-5A Division 1, here's producer Ward Fasold and our insider, Matt Diggs, with the district breakdown.
All right, Diggs, let's talk a little 7-5A Division 1 before we jump up to the largest classification in the state next week. And when you talk to 7-5A Division 1, we had a state finalist. They couldn't get the whole job done, but we have a state finalist at Highland Park here. We have traditional powers, calling them traditional powers now because they're going deep every year in Midlothian and Red Oak. Talk to me about this district. Is anybody going to shake Highland Park off the top rung?
No.
All right.
Well,
that was quick.
Next question.
Okay, we got another one? What makes Highland... yeah.
No.
Talk to me about Highland Park. That's not a question. It's a statement.
It's a statement. I know you're just trying to feed your favorite professor, just like here's your ball, go run with it, and I just give you a no. But Highland Park is a team where I feel like they deserve, when you're looking at kind of the regional, looking at the rankings that have come out in the last couple of weeks, I had them number 2 behind Denton Ryan, and you're like, well, Diggs, aren't you a big fan of saying honor the results from last year? Yeah, I mean, they did beat Denton Ryan last year, but again, Highland Park has this issue where they graduate almost everybody every year. Yeah, you could be excited about Buck Randall and Cannon Bozeman. That is a 1-2 combination. But then you start looking at everybody else. It's like, who else is left? Who else is there to kind of fill in the backspace for that? And, you just got a lot.
What do you got for me 1 through 7?
I got Highland Park, number 1. I got Midlothian, number 2. I got Red Oak, number 3. Tyler High, number 4. Burleson Centennial, number 5. Joshua, number 6. And Cleburne, number 7. But again, Cleburne is a dangerous number 7. And they're a dark horse that can make some noise in this district. But again, they're just those top 4 teams. I got 5 teams, Ward, in my top 15 from this district. It's a really loaded district.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now let's take a look at some game changers in our Players on the Rise, presented by Parker University. Red Oak wide receiver Braden Robinson is a speedy stat stuffer for the Hawks. Robinson has track speed, and used that his junior season to catch 79 passes for 1,100 yards and 15 scores. When Taz Williams went down with a season-ending injury, Braden easily accepted the role of number one receiver, and he excelled. Robinson is a slot receiver who's been on varsity since his freshman year. He's got offers from Arizona, Notre Dame, and Miami, among others. Last year's district offensive MVP was Highland Park quarterback Buck Randall, and he was just a sophomore. At 16 games, Buck threw for 3,900 yards and 40 touchdowns for the Scots, while also running for 11 more. Randall has the ability of turning a bad play into a touchdown with the way he scrambles and keeping his eyes down the field. Another year like last season, and Buck will have plenty of choices for his college ball. Midlothian offensive lineman Noah Best has a fitting last name because at right tackle, he's simply the best at flattening his opponents. The 6'4", 290-pounder uses technique and brute force to open up holes for the Panthers' running attack. Everyone knows who Midlothian is running behind on third and short yardage, and Best almost always helps move those chains. Noah has offers from SMU, Oklahoma, and Texas Tech, among others. Jalen Walker of Burleson Centennial was a first-teamer at the running back position in 2024. He rushed for 1,287 yards and 17 touchdowns for an average of over 7 yards per carry as a junior. Walker breaks through arm tackles with ease to get that extra yardage, and when Jalen gets in the open field, he has that 4.58 40 speed that often leads to another Spartan touchdown.
Switch to Cricket and get nationwide 5G, so you can post that epic ooh. If you switch, you also get a free phone, which you need. Welcome to getting more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
75 years of made-to-order goodness. That's Whataburger. Goodness 24/7. The Campfire is brought to you by Kubota, the #1 selling compact tractor in Texas. For details, visit gokubota.com. Kubota, because you can.
Our Ward Fasold caught up to Midlothian head coach Doug Wendell to talk about his Panthers in our Media Day segment.
All right, we are talking 7-5A Division I with Midlothian head coach Doug Wendell. And Coach, I want to talk a little bit about last year first because, man, I don't even know. I'm not trying to put any medicine on you, but you must have had some heart medicine going on, cranked up a little bit, because some of those games were wild to the end. You talk about a Harker Heights game, even the comeback against Lone Star, Red Oak, all these games were just thrillers, but your offense seemed to push through and score just enough points to win those games. Obviously not talking about Lone Star, but the other ones. But talk about how happy you are with your offense, knowing that they could put up 35 to 45 points every night.
Well, we won 5 games last year. I don't know that we were a true 10-3 type team. We won 5 games by 5 points or less. So they were all going into the fourth quarter, but we were able to get the ball moving pretty good offensively. We lose a real good H tight end type in Kyan Purser. We're going to have to replace him. But once he got healthy and we kind of started clicking on offense, we were able to score a lot of points. We have more explosive players, both last year and some coming back this year, that whenever you can score explosives, you have a chance to put some points up and stay in ball games. And so it was fun. Like them to not all be nail biters like that, but we grew a lot as a team last year from a standpoint of, we started the last 2 seasons. We started both years with 14 or 15 kids starting that had never even suited up on a Friday night before. So we had a lot of youth, and whenever you have a season like that, you usually get a lot better fast, and we did. I was real pleased with our progress as a program and as a team last year, and I thought we kind of maximized our kids and did a good job. It's a different challenge this year when you have 14 or 15 of the starters returning. So got the focus and discipline to have incremental improvement is vital.
I appreciate you joining me, Coach, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Okay, thank you.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. Hey, that'll do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we head up to 6A and start with the defending state champs, North Crowley, in 3-6A. Until then, have a great week, everybody.